And what that does is it opens up a coupon. So now it says 10% off, and here's a coupon. You have to visit the restaurant 4 times to get the 10% off. You can have it just so they visit once. You know, a local business, because that wouldn't be great. You know, it just wouldn't be profitable. People are going to start, you know, deleting your app. After that, it's $10 a month. If you, like I was just showing, if you made one app and you sold one coupon to one restaurant for $20, you just doubled your money for the month. So, yeah, if you go into, I'm not going to press all these because my internet's slow. You can go, you can, for $100 a month, you can build 5 apps. But you can create, you know, it has over 300 modules. It has about 70-something templates that you can choose from. And they're adding more all the time. And I offer, you can create unlimited apps. I don't limit you at all. And it's $10 a month. There's no ads. When you build your apps, it's your app. You can download your app. You can sell it. Do anything you want with it. You download your own apps, and you can, like I said, you can sell them and you know, do whatever you want with it. Not only that, you can create apps for Android devices, which Android devices are between 75 to 85% of mobile devices out there are Android. So that's what I use. And I use to upload it to the Google Play Store, you have to have a Google Play Store developer's account. That's $25 for life. That's it. One time, $25. So you can put 1,000 apps up there if you want. It's $25. If you want to add it to the iStore, it costs a little bit more. It's $99 a year. I don't even have an account with that. All my apps are just for Android. If I get a customer that wants an iPhone app, all you have to do, you don't have to change it. You don't have to create a whole new app. If you create an Android app, all you have to do is change the format and just a drop-down button and just choose iPhone, and then hit create. And it will take the exact same thing you just. Basically, what that means is you can create an app and export it and put it onto your website, and people can use it there. Just got to get a drink. And I really have to get this freaking Wi-Fi connection out here. I'm out in my garage, by the way, doing this broadcast. I cooked my steak earlier, and now I was out here just putting stuff away for the day. Put the pool up for the kids and mow the lawn and stuff like that. I just put my grill away. It's like, yeah, I'm going to do another broadcast. But, yeah, come on. I'm waiting for my video so I can continue my, what you can do with this. So, yeah, it's App Maker. It's an app maker, basically. I mean, unlimited apps. There's absolutely no restrictions. And it's $10 a month. I belong to another program right now that I actually purchased into it when it was launched, and I purchased for a whole year. But right now, that exact same thing, like I said, mods on here that you can add, and on that system that I purchased on, they have 30 mods that you can add to your apps, and they charge $97 a month for unlimited apps. But do I want to pay $97 a month for only 30 things that I can do, or would I pay $10 a month and with over 300 items on here? So let me just go down through here some more. I mean, you can create a magazine. There's if you like gambling, you can create your own gambling game. Out there, you can create your own. You can do video. You can do YouTube. You know, you can put YouTube videos right on here. Let's see what else we got here. Let's do. Oh, this is my favorite part of this, and I just love this. And so I'm gonna go on to this here in just a second. I want to come back up to it, but you can do images. Like this one here, it does 3D images. You can have 3D images. It'll show on the top. This one here, actually, let me just get my finger down here a little bit. This one here you can only create on iPhones, but so it'll tell you what you can put it on and stuff like that. But you can, like, 3D views. You can do if you do anything from like real estate, you can do 3D images on the inside. So if you create an app for a small real estate company, you can imagine the money that you can charge these guys to create this app and just add this stuff to them. Now, there's photo effects. That's one of the ones that I'm working on now. You can go in there. There's several out there that you can actually go and I've downloaded them just to play with them to see what they do. So I can take a picture of like my son. Take a picture of my son and put a wig on him, or put glasses on him, and people love that stuff. There's billions and billions of people downloading that, and if you put an ad on that. AdMob is owned by Google, which that's not a bad thing. The bad thing is, if you want to put advertising on your app and you have any YouTube video, the Google Play Store will automatically decline your app. And the reason being is, they're paying you for the AdMob ad on the bottom of your page. And they're also paying you for every view of the YouTube video. They don't like double dipping. They will cancel you. They won't cancel you. They will decline your app. So with AppMaker or appmkr.us, you can use this. You can use AdMob. There's RevMob. There's Apple has Apple ads you can add to it, and this is the best thing. Okay, you can create your own ad business. Video again, but what you do is you can add an RSS to it, and so let's say if you you find a website that blogs about creating apps or how to make money in apps. Just go find their RSS feed. It's free, and put it into your app. So every time they update their blog, your app is automatically updated with their information. If you do 5 or 6 blogs and you put it in there, just imagine the money that you're gonna make from people just opening your app all the time just to look into it. Oh, come on, my video. I haven't even hit the bottom of this yet, and I'm just getting excited. I just want to turn this off and go and work on more apps. Hey guys, I want to thank you very, very much for liking this and retweeting this. You guys are awesome. And once I'm done, what I'll do is I'll log into my Twitter account, and anybody who's in here following me, I'm going to follow you as well. So while we're waiting for my video to come back, where's everybody from? You can just type it in down the bottom there. That'd be awesome. But if anybody wants to type where they're from down the bottom, if anybody has any questions, definitely type it up down the bottom there. So check this out. This was coming up right before my video went out. Scanning. Okay, you can create a whole business just on scanning. You can create just down here you can scan in, QR codes. Anybody can do that, but there's a scanning. Are you down there where it's been flooding and everything like down there? Let me jump into this loyalty card. I want to get back up to my geofencing, because that's what makes the cake. And I mean, I have to talk about that. But the loyalty card, okay, everybody knows what a loyalty card is. Well, you may not know, hey, what is a loyalty card? But everybody has seen one, heard of one, used one at one point or whatever. How many people, when they go to work in the morning, or they go anywhere, and they stop in at the exact same spot, or the same type of store, like in my area, there's a store called Irving. I don't know if it's all over the place, but Irving, or Circle K now is what it's called. That's where I got my coffee every day. And they had a loyalty card that I kept on me. It was the size of a business card. Every time I went in there and bought a coffee, they would stamp it. And after you get 6 stamps, you get a free coffee. That's what the loyalty card is. Now, let's say if you can offer that to any business out there, a restaurant, a place that you get your car worked on, anything, okay? You offer them a loyalty card. And the thing of it is you build the app for them, charge them $500, $1,200 for the app to build it for them, okay? Because if they go out and find somebody, if they try to hire somebody to build them an app, okay, from the scratch, from the ground up, it's going to cost them at least $25,000 to $50,000 to have an app created, okay? If you use this system, if you offer them that you can create this app for them for $1,200, that's huge, okay? And then you can charge them like $1,200 for an Android app. Hey, do you want an Apple app to go along with that? Bucks. And the only thing you have to do is change, just do a drop down and change it from an Android app and change it to an iOS app, and then resubmit it. And then within 10 minutes, you are the cashier. The cashier will punch in her little code, because you don't want, you don't want them just going in and punching themselves. So there's a secret code, that they put in, and it stamps it. So they don't have to go out and buy loyalty cards or change it up or whatever, or do this or do that. So all they have, you can build it for them. And the thing of it is you can charge. Let's say, hey, do you want, I'm building your app for $1,200. That's not how you do your sales. But let's say you're building an app for $1,200. Hey, do you want an added loyalty card? It's only $60 for me to add that to that. So you can upsell to it. And I want to get back to where I was going. Maybe if I try to... Let me see if I can just adjust myself here so I can keep this video going. I might have to move this inside where I have better stuff. Let me just get back in. Let me just tell you a really story. There's a few new people here, and I welcome everybody. I really appreciate you coming in. If you have any questions about apps or building apps or anything like that, just write it down at the bottom. What we offer, okay? You can create apps, almost anything that you want to create. And you do not need to know a lick of coding. Everything in this system is drag and drop. That's it. If you know coding, though, what's good about this is you can go in and you can edit individual files. But if you want to create an app, you can do it with just drag and drop. And for example, I've told this a billion times, and I have a son. He's 10 years old. He came to me 3 years ago. And he's like, Dad, because I am huge into computers. I've owned a web hosting company for, and I created hundreds and hundreds of websites. Well, I was getting tired of that. But he came to me. He's like, Dad, I want to build an app. 7-year-old kid wants to build an app. He's huge into Minecraft. And I imagine a lot of people, you know what that is. But he can sit there and he can create anything on Minecraft. I mean, I'm pretty good at it. I mean, I've hosted servers. And I've had people all over the world play on my servers. But my 7-year-old son will just sit there, type 30 words a minute. It's been sitting on the shelf ever since. So when I finally started this business, I gave him an account. So I signed him up, gave him a username and password. You know, he has unlimited. He can make unlimited apps. So he wanted to make an app. So he went in there, used this same system here. Really poor reception out here, and I get kicked off all the time. So if you're liking the stream and you want to see the stream to continue, let's say if I get kicked off, make sure you go down and you follow me on Twitter. My Twitter name is @mkr_us. Just make sure that you do that, or you can click on the little button down at the bottom, and you should be able to follow me that way as well, because I may get kicked out of here. But let me get back to that. So my son, he wanted to build his app, so I gave him access. He went in and he created a game. I asked him earlier. I had him on video earlier, and he'll be on more because he's excited. He wants to do his own YouTube channel. But he created his own app, and it's called Angry Crap. Once I get my video back, I can show you what it looks like. But so basically, it's like Angry Birds, but you fling crap at panda bears. You know, he's 10 years old, and it's just a 10-year-old thing, so, you know, I just let him do it. And the only thing that I did to it is I created the splash screen, so when it first starts up, that's all I did. The rest of it, he created the entire game. He created the whole layout. He has 21 levels. We have advertising on the bottom of it. We have interstitial ads. So basically, every third level that you complete, the ad takes up your whole screen. And he's making money from that. It's not a lot of money because he doesn't have a lot of people who's downloaded it. It's only been on the market for like a week. But it is on the Google Play Store right now. So if you have an Android app, you can look for it. It's Angry Crap. You got to type it all one word. You can't, if you do 2 words, you won't find it. I got to do some SEO stuff to that. But 1-year-old, he's made his own app. And he's so excited. And he wants to make more apps. So that's what, he's going to be doing that. So let me get back into this here. I see my video's back up here. So geo-targeting, okay. And I'll get back into another app that I created, and I'll show you what that looks like. But geo-targeting is huge. Okay, anybody can make an app. Especially on my system, you can make an app. It's easy. You can create an app in less than 1 day. And I can show you how to turn around and sell that app that you took 8-10 hours to create, and sell it for $500 or more. It's called flipping apps. People do it all the time. There's a website called Flippa, Flippa. Basically, that started out as you can buy and sell domain names and websites. You can create websites and flip them, and people buy them from you, or even just a domain name. Okay, they saw the potential in apps, so they allow you to now buy and sell apps. So that's what people do. They go to sites like mine. They create an app, they put it on the site, and they sell it. And you can just change it up, and you can sell it over and over again. There's another one that's called Apptopia. Those are the only 2 that I know right now. But Apptopia is the same thing. You can go in there and you can buy and you can sell apps. If you look at either one of those, you can see apps right now that are selling for thousands and thousands of dollars. And people just sit there and have fun creating apps and just put them on these sites. Here's a little insight for the people who are on here right now. I'm actually creating an auction app flipping site right now. So basically, all the apps that you can create through me, you can go to the site and you can auction them off, just like eBay. But the only thing that we offer is apps. So, like I said, there's Flipper, which you can buy and sell and auction off apps. But they also deal with other stuff. And you can do Apptopia. I've been to both of them. It costs a lot of money to list an app. So, I've partnered up with a couple of the guys that I know. And we're creating an app market where you can actually buy, sell, trade, flip apps. So, not only can you go out there create apps for yourself, create apps for local businesses, you can just buy, sell, and whatever, and you can sell it on there. So let me get back to geo-targeting, because geo-targeting is friggin' awesome. Pardon my my language, but I just get excited about geo-targeting. And it's really weird. And I just want to tell you a quick story before I go into geo-targeting. My wife is a huge couponer, okay? She'll sit there every Sunday. She'll buy 5 or 6 newspapers. She'll cut out all the coupons. And then we'll go to the store and we'll get all this stuff. We'll get like 3 or 4 carts worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And then she'll give the coupons. And then we're walking out of the store paying $30. Okay? That has nothing to do with my app, but I just wanted to tell you. We were out one day. So that whole story, that curves into the part where she has a lot of apps on her phone already. And those apps are basically through like Walmart. Everything you buy, every time we go grocery shopping at Walmart, she has an app on her phone where she has to scan in the receipt and then scan in every single item that she purchases. And then she has another app that she goes and scans in the exact same things into her phone. Now why would you do that? That sounds like a lot of work to me. But she enjoys that. And she also gets a check from Walmart. Well, actually, I don't know how the Walmart, I think she gets a check from Walmart. But the other app as well, she gets a check every month. It's only $100, $200. But still, that's a couple $100 a month that she's getting in a check for using their app. So, the whole point of that story is she has an app on her phone for Walmart. Okay? See, look, this Glenda the Foodie, I use the app rebates. See, they work. She gets money. See, I'm not making this stuff up. My wife gets excited. Here's a $100 check, and it's like, where the heck did you get that? So, anyways, my point is, on some of the apps that we use, it was really weird. I had one on my phone. I walked through the doors of Walmart. Okay? I walked into Walmart. As soon as I walked into the door, an ad popped up on my phone for a special that was happening at Walmart. And I was like, how the heck did they do that? It's called geo-targeting. It is awesome. And you can make a ton of money creating an app that you gave away for free. And you you help out businesses. And then you add geo-targeting. And then I'll get into that. I just want to show you a couple things here really quick. So, like I said, on some of these you can only put on Apple. Like this one here is a check-in, so you can, this Foursquare, stuff like that, you can do a check-in. You can do a location finder, so you can put in, even in your app, you can, if you create an app for restaurants, you can have it so they can do a location finder, they'll find it for you. There's a map. This is one here I'm going to show you on an app that I'm creating right now. I'm going to show you how awesome that is. And then there's nearby locations. So basically you can set it up so they bring up the app. It'll show you where they are, or it'll show them where they are. And it's not going to show you, but it's going to show them, and it's going to show up. It's going to pop up every business that's in the area. So there's tons of stuff that you can do. This one down here is like it's just a globe, I guess. Oops, I'm sorry, get my finger out of the way. But it's a globe that you can put in there. It's 3D and stuff like that. So let me just scroll back up here really quick. So, like I said, if I wanted to add any one of these to the current app that I am working on, okay? Let me just find one. Oh, calendar. Say if I want to add a calendar. You can do signature stamps, so people can sign stuff. Let's say if I want to add that calendar. All I got to do is click on that calendar button there. Scroll down, and I am going to see a button. Where is it? Right here. As you can see, the green button. Hit next. That calendar. I just go in up here. I can change the calendar. Let's say if I want to make a calendar for birthdays, I can put birthdays. So let me just type that in there. I can change it. I can't type and look and talk and all the same thing. So I'm going to call that birthdays. Okay, so there's my calendar. There's my app that I've created that I'm working on. And then now I just want to add that calendar. So I hit add. That's it. That calendar is now in my app. See, with this I can do events and all kinds of stuff. It just has all kinds of features that you can add to it. Okay, so let's say now I have this calendar in here. I'm going to go up here and click on save. And by the way, I'm doing this with my iPad. I'm building an app with my iPad. Normally I do this with my regular computer. But yeah, you can log in. You can do it with your smartphone if you want, if you get fingers small enough. So I save that, and I'm going to click on done. There it is. It's in my app. See, these are all the. See if I can zoom in here. Well, come on, there we go. Okay, so this is the index HTML. That's the first one there. So how do I get to the calendar? Basically what I want to do, I'm going to zoom in here and make it a little easier for me. Okay, this is the index HTML. I mean, you can name these anything you want, so you know what they're called. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on edit. Okay, here's my app to edit. These are all the functions that I can do with it over here. See if I can do this without messing up. So right now I'm on layout. So if I click on any of these, I don't know if I've never done this with my iPad. So I don't know if it's going to work out that well. Let's use to see if. No, that's not what I want. But yeah, I mean, I can go in there. Okay, I create this little box down here and click on that. I can turn it into a button. And basically, all I do, let me just get back out of here. So I'm going to hit done. I'll show you one that's already done. That way, I don't have to mess around with it. So basically, I mean, I press the button and it goes over here. Let's see where it is. It's easier on the other one. It's easier on the desktop. I'll have to do it from the desktop before. So basically, all it is, I go in and I'm going to click on it again, see if I can do this. I'm going to click on Edit. And basically, I click on this, and I can edit the image. And then there's going to be a like a drop down over here. Okay, actually, see how that works? See if I click on this button over here. Okay, I want to work with that button. Where do I want that button to go? I just go over here, click on this down, and I choose where I want it to go. Oh, I want it to go. This one's not set up to do that, but right this moment, it's just the way that I have this one set up. But all I do is I create a button, I put it on the screen there, and I go over there and I choose calendar. So if you have a picture of a calendar here, just click on the calendar, it'll bring you right to the calendar. Let me, I'm going to read a couple questions down here really quick. On one app, I have built a team, and they earn rebates. I earn a bonus. Yeah, those. Yeah, you're talking about the apps yeah, apps are awesome, right? I mean, how many people actually sit down and use their computer now? They all use their phone. Can I import Photoshop files? Pardon me. Well, it depends. How do you want to use those? How do you want to use those Photoshop files? Let's say if you want to put the file, of course, because you need Photoshop to actually read the file. So you're not going to be able to put it on the app and be able to look what it is. You know what I mean? But let's say if you have an app, okay, and with this system you can do in-app purchases. Okay, you can have, let's say if you have a Photoshop file that you want to sell. There's two ways you can do it. You can create it so they purchase it, and then once they purchase it through your app, it will actually put them off to where the file is, which would be like on your server or your website or anything like that. You can do that. Or you can actually load the file. You know, you don't want to put like a 50 meg file in there. But let's say if you had small files that you want to sell or anything like that. You can actually upload the file. I would probably put it in a zip file, but you can do it. Let's go into the resource manager. So as you can see, these are all the HTML files that it creates. We're going to go into the resource manager. These are all the files that create this. Okay, these are all the ping files. The ping files, of course, I don't know if everybody knows what the difference between ping, JPEG, GIF. I call it GIF. You can call it GIF, whatever you want. A ping file is, you can make it, actually, let me click on it. Okay, that's another show how this works as I'm explaining it to you. Okay, let me do this so I can get a better, so I don't get. And just to let you know, I mean, This my counters look like this. This is my garage. This is where I work on and build engines and stuff. Okay, so this is my app here that I'm working on. And get focus there. Okay, so we have Augusta, Bangor, Gardner, Portland, Skowhegan. These are just a couple that I have on here right now. Okay, this app I'm going to offer for free. I'm going to put it online, and people can download it for free. And let's say if people go into the area, the only one that I'm building right now is Skowhegan, because that's just down the road. It's very easy for me to go to. So I'm gonna go to Skowhegan. Okay. Once I click on Skowhegan, it's gonna bring up a map. It's gonna zoom in, and it's gonna bring up all. I personally go in here and I put all these in here. Okay. It's a little time consuming. It's very, very easy. It's very easy to do. But you just go in here, you get the addresses and everything, and these are all the restaurants in Skowhegan. Okay, so I put everybody's business on here, and I don't charge them a penny. Okay, and so they get excited. Hey, my business is on this app. But watch this. Okay, if I click on this one right here, that's Al's Pizza. I put in the name Al's Pizza, and I chose to put in the phone number. You don't have to. You can charge people. Hey, $10 a month, I'll put your phone number on there. You know how many people will do that? But I'm looking at the bigger picture here, okay? I put their name in their phone number so people can use my app. More people will use my app because the phone number is right on there. But you can use your phone to look up Al's Pizza's phone number. That's not what this app is for. Okay, so this app here shows that there's Al's Pizza. Okay, so if I'm in the area, and if I want to go eat someplace, this is what the app is for. Okay, this is Al's Pizza. It has their phone number, blah, blah, blah. I know personally that I only have one up here that I've done, but there's a restaurant up here. Okay, there's one over here. There's a Chinese restaurant over here. This has got their phone number. This one here is Ken's Family Restaurant. When I click on this, see what it does? It doesn't give the phone number. What you do, okay, like I said, all the other ones, I put this on free. I go to Ken's Family Restaurant, say, hey, look, I created this app. All the restaurants are in this area. If you want people, because this one's out of the way, people actually have to go out of the way to come up here. It's not right in town. And I go to Ken's Family Restaurant, and hey, look, here's your app. You should click on it. Now it brings up the coupon for Ken's Family Restaurant. So now what they have to do is they have to show when they check out, hey, I have a 10% off coupon through this app. So for $30 a month, they can do that. Or they can, what is it? I haven't even looked in a long time because I haven't bought ads in a long time in the newspaper. How much does it cost for an ad in the newspaper? And not only that, okay, I've done a lot of research. In a newspaper, okay, if a restaurant goes and puts an ad in the newspaper, okay, 10% off. First of all, it's going to be in there for one newspaper print, unless you purchase multiple. And it's going to cost you more than $30. Not only that, now, how many people buy newspapers now? Not many. I go online and look at the newspapers. Okay, so now let's say you have that small amount of people who actually purchase newspapers. How many of those people will find Ken's Family Restaurant coupon and cut it out and bring it in to use? So now there's how many? It was like 3 or 4 steps there. And so the cost per customer just increased exponentially. But if you had 50 people that's in this area today have this app and and they can click on you and see your 10% off, $30 a month, that's cheap. Now watch this. I was telling this story earlier today, and then some of you might have heard it, but I was lowballing. You don't lowball. What you want to do is you want to talk to these people, just like I'm talking to you. Get excited about it. Okay? Here's where the geofencing comes in, and you're gonna love this. I'm not drinking. I'm sorry. I got my phone plugged in, trying to hold it, and trying to do this and do that. Okay, so now I'm going to use this down here for an example. There's another restaurant over here that I don't have, and the reason why I'm telling, but within 1/2 mile, and I'm in rural. If you guys are in town, okay, this is going to be within 1/2 mile. You've got to have 40 pizza joints. Like New York City, any place like that has, a lot of places, and this is just pizza guys. If you want to do it, or restaurants, if you want to do this for any business, any niche out there, you can create an app for each niche and do the exact same thing. You can do it for food, you can do it for clothes, you can do it for shoes, you can do it for automotive, you can do it for artists, anything. You can create so many different apps and do the exact same thing and make a ton of money with it. So I showed you that part there, and I'm waiting for the video to come back in so I can show you the rest. So now, and I keep mentioning geo-targeting. I'm getting into it right now. But before I do this, and before I lose anybody, make sure you go down there and you follow me on Twitter. It's @MKR_US. Just in case that you lose the feed and you miss out. Geofencing. Okay. Let's take Al's Pizza. Okay, there's three restaurants right in within 1/2 mile. Okay? And you're gonna love this. Let's say Al's Pizza, okay? With the geofence, I create a circle. And it's 150 meters. I'm in the U.S., so I don't do meters. It's just the way the system's set up. 150 meters is 500 feet, okay? So you draw a circle 500 feet around their building, okay? And basically, so they're going to be in the middle. So you're going to have 250 feet one way and 250 feet the other way. Now, if they're on a four-corner, or if there's like other roads around, if there's a whole strip joint there, whatever, I mean, you're going to get it a lot. But, okay, with the geofencing, whoever has your app, okay, they don't have to have the app running. They don't have to be in there looking at the app trying to find food. What it will do is when they get within 250 feet of this establishment that you created that geofence around, it will automatically send that phone a text. It will pop up on their screen and say anything you want it to say. That is awesome. Okay, so now people don't have to actually look for you. They just have to have the app on their phone. So let's say somebody's driving through town. This is actually a town where people come from far away. We have up here what's called Sugarloaf Mountain. There's a bunch of high, mighty, very expensive spots to vacation. And they all have to go through this town. And so all these people who come through this town, okay, let's say if it's during lunchtime. Hey, honey, I'm hungry. Okay, they drive in that hey, what do you want to eat? I don't know what's up here. They drive in within 250 feet of Al's Pizza. It will pop up in their phone saying, Al's Pizza, buy a pizza, get 10% off. Or buy a large pizza, get your second one half off, or something like that. Anything you want it to say, or anything you want your customer to say. What can you charge for that? Okay, you're charging, $30 a month just for them to have a coupon. Hey, do you want a geofence on here? And everybody that drives by here is going to see your ad? It's like you actually went and everybody that drove by your restaurant or your pizza joint or whatever, you went out to every single one of them, knocked on their window, and said, hey, I got a deal inside. It's the same thing. Their phone is going to go off. It's in their car. What's the chances of their phone beeping and they ignore it? Because I'm going to push the app hard. Be real. I'm just standing here. I am in my garage. Okay. So that is awesome. Now do this, okay? You charge them $99 for a geofence around their building. Let's say if Angelo's was in this particular one, I think it was like 400 or 500 yards up. Their geo, not Angelo's. If you say, hey, do you want around your building? $1 a month. And they say, no, I'm not going to pay $100 to have a geofence. Fine. I'm going back to Al. Hey, you have a geofence around Angelo. Anybody that it's 150, which is 200 feet. I'll sell you $150 a month. So everybody, their business ad. It's a no-brainer. Okay. So now you're selling. It's the phone that you sell, and you can make a ton of. So I went from $3 for the coupon, $1 for a geofence around establishment, $104 if they want to put it on, and they $9 for each step. I don't know whoever wants to pay me $100. Now get this. My area, there's two big. Okay, up from Al's Pizza, there's Skowhegan. I think it's like 3, something like that. So during the summer, comes up here to watch the. Okay, think about it. You go back to Al's Pizza, and do you want, buddy, that drive-in up there to get your ad? How many people go to? You can do 100 meters. That's like 1-2 meters. It doesn't work. I've tried 150 meters, 500 foot, pretty decent size, and go up above 5 meters. That's like almost a. You go to Al's Pizza and say, the reason why I was saying that is to say, hey, this going to the drive-in tonight, okay? Or this, you can buy the that place is in $49. You may think $9 for 2 days. Want it? How many other restaurants? 20 people, or who's going to buy that for 200? During we have Hegan State Fair. It's one fence. I don't know the head. And you go, somebody spend for that to get every that car or that fair to have this guy's ad pop. Look at mosquito. That's how powerful, and that's what we're talking about geofencing. Because geofencing charge what? Does anybody have any questions? Earlier, other systems out there. I don't, because I don't. You need to be able to use it, and then an Android use the same thing. Go for their phone. Would use the GPS. You use the GPS. Nobody has to buy. Has to add anything to the. Nobody has to down or anything like fencing. I'll do it another sometime, and I'll be sitting. And it is. You use your app that you're building location geofence. You just get the way it is. You have to have the. Now I'm sounding. It's 11 o'clock here. Basically, you go to and the longitude and that exact location. You can try it anytime. Maps, type in any address. Don't matter. Once your address a little that sticks over to go up, you can sell the hell out of that stuff. All right, I'm going to go back to There's a bunch of more people in here. And hey, I appreciate everybody coming in. You guys are awesome. Hey, that guy, I've seen that guy a billion times. You, what's your name? Let's see if we can bring it up here. Herbie Marin. Herbie, just to let you know, every time I open up my Twitter or Meerkat, I see that picture all over the place. So you're getting your name up there, buddy. Welcome. So I want to get back to really quick. My son, who's 10 years old, has created his own app using my system. It's AppMaker or appmkr.us. You can do all this stuff. Okay, some of you that are in here that have looked into creating apps, looked into systems to create apps. I've looked at a bunch of them for years, and it's like, this is just difficult. This is nothing I want to do. You can do almost anything that you want to do in this system. You have unlimited apps, so you're not limited on apps. You don't have you can't, it's not just 5 apps. It's not 10 apps. It's unlimited. You make as many as you want. Okay. And it's $10 a month. That's what I charge, $10 a month. That's it. Unlimited apps. There is absolutely no, there's no upsells. So once you get in there, you don't have to buy this. You don't have to buy add-ons. You don't have to buy templates. You don't have to, you want to build a geofence. You don't have to buy geofencing. I don't put ads on any of your stuff. Everything you do, you own all the ads. Still here though, okay? But it's yours forever to keep, okay? Nothing is proprietary in my system. You do not have to host any of your stuff. You can choose, okay? When you create an app, let's say if you do an app that's 500 megs, nobody's going to download that, right? Within my system, you can actually use the cloud, and it stores it in my system. So you can bring your 500 meg app down to 50 meg, so it can access all the files it needs on my system, on my servers. If you create an app that's 50 meg, you can create everything so everything is loaded onto their phone. So nothing is, nothing is needed off my servers. Okay, so if for some reason, hey, I don't feel like building apps anymore. I don't feel like spending $10 a month to keep my business running. That's fine. No hard feelings. But you don't have to worry about your app getting disabled. There's other systems out there that I belong to that everything is proprietary. Everything is hosted on this company's server. Everything. So every time somebody opens an app, it has to grab images, it has to grab files, it has to grab everything off the server. And if you stop paying your bill, that app is no good. Okay? There's one that I belong to right now. It's $97 a month. You get 1/10 of the things that I offer on that system. 1/10. So I offer over 30 modules that you can add to your apps on here. This other system, they have 27. $97 a month. And you get no templates. You have to purchase the templates. You can, with my system, there's over, I believe, over 70 templates right now that you can have absolutely free. It comes with the system. I don't charge anything for apps. For add-ons. Everything. Just, it's all inclusive. 100% inclusive for $10 a month. And right now, I have a special going on. If you want to just try it, it's $2 for your first month. Then after that, it just automatically charges you $10 a month. And it's through PayPal. If you don't like it, just go to PayPal and stop paying. Just say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. No hard feelings. And like I said, if you want to pay the $2, you want to build one app and then download it and use it and sell it and do whatever you want, and you want to cancel it at the end of the month, you can do that. So it's going to cost you $2 for that app. But why would you do that? For $10 a month, unlimited apps, unlimited, just everything. Just, I mean, there's nothing holding you back from creating an app. $10 a month, where other places charge you hundreds of dollars a month for the exact same thing. But so right now, if you're just interested in it, it's AppMaker or appmkr.us is my website. And the $2 for the initial will probably be coming off probably tomorrow. I started that on Memorial Day weekend, and people just was excited about it. They just wanted to try it. But I'm just getting so many people now. I'm just like, okay, you know, that newness. I mean, I extended it for an extra 2 weeks. So I don't know if I'm going to repeat myself a couple times here, and if you've heard it, I apologize. But this system is so easy. I mean, it is easy to use. And you're wondering, well, how easy is this? Let me explain. I have a son. He's 10 years old. And 3 years ago, when he was 7, and I know you can do math, I just had to throw that out there. When he was 7 years old, he wanted to build an app for the Android. Oh, look, there I am. I said it nicely. I didn't say it like this, but I can't remember exactly how I said it. Basically, I said, hey, good, that's awesome. I want you to build an app. But what they didn't tell him, or what he didn't know, is that he doesn't know how to build an app. He doesn't know how to code. He doesn't know how to write code. He didn't know how to read code. How's he going to build an app? So I'm like, yeah, let's build an app. I bought him a book. I think it was like Apps for Dummies or something like that. I can't remember. It was at Barnes & Noble. It was expensive. And it's like, here you go, take a look at this. He looked at it. It's been sitting on the shelf ever since. It's all French, all French, all different language to him. He has no clue what any of it means. So, I started this company. It's like, okay, bud, you want to build an app? What do you want to build? I want to build games, Dad. I want to go to college, and I want to learn how to build games. I'm like, awesome. Whatever you want to do. So let's try this out. I created him an account on my system. And I said, here, bud, here's an account. Build whatever you want. And I left him alone. For 1 week. He built a game using my system. He currently has 21 levels on it. And he called it, okay, so he's a 10-year-old, so he called it Angry Crap. So basically, it's like Angry Birds, but it's called Angry Crap. It's all one word, so if you look at it, it's only in the Google store. I have an account on the Google store. Google store is $25 lifetime, that's it, $25. You can upload as many apps as you want. You can do anything you want with it, it's pretty cool. So I'm like, okay, bud, we uploaded it to the App Store. Just the way they did it, I was playing around with it. It got rejected twice, not because of the crap. Well, in a way, it did because of the crap. When you do it, you have to do a ratings, and you go through the whole rating system. It asks you questions. And after you do that, you submit it, and then they actually take and they look at it and they read everything, and they try it out, and they come back saying, no, you can't put rated G with crap on it. Oh, okay, so now I think it's like rated G plus or rated PG. I don't know what it is. But anyway, so I redid it, and then they came back saying, nope, can't do it. I was like, wow. And every time, it takes 2 to 3 hours. When you upload it to the Google Play Store, it takes 2 to 3 hours, and that's it. I mean, then you're on, and people can download your app. Second time, it came back, and they say, no, you can't. Because basically what I did is when I was trying to sell the app, when people go to look at the app, I'm like, hey, yeah, my 10-year-old did this, it's sort of like this game, but no, you can't do that. You have to explain, okay, this is the name of the game, this is what it does. You can't put in keywords, always stuff with keywords. You can't explain anything else. It has to be specific. Everything has to be about the app. So, okay, lesson learned. So I fixed it, everything like that. I redid it. Boom, it's on. He comes home from school. I'm saying, hey, bud, your game's online. 10-year-old with a game on Google Play Store. And he was excited. So, of course, he downloaded it on his tablet. I have it on my phone. So he goes to school the next day. Because we put ads on it. We have little ads. It's a free game. We put little ads at the bottom. And he comes home from school, and 3 people had downloaded the game. I mean, that doesn't sound like much, but it's just a quick game that he didn't take really much time to do. And he comes home and says, hey, bud. He's like, yeah. I said, you made money on your app today. He was excited. Oh, how much? I could hardly tell him, but I said, you made 7 cents today. But that 7 cents to that 10-year-old for his first app just put a light in the head. I made 7 cents? Why only 7 cents? I said, bud, I've downloaded it, and you've downloaded it, and your brother's downloaded it. And we're the only people playing it. And you made 7 cents. I said, well, it'll get out there. I said, people will find it, and people will download it. So he's getting all excited. Next thing you know, he goes to school. He comes home. I say, hey, bud. I'm like, what? He's like, who's Jaden? He's like, he's a friend of school. Why? Oh, well, he downloaded your app, and he sent you a message right through your app saying it's awesome, and he rated it. So, I mean, it's just that easy. A 10-year-old can build an app. Anybody can build an app. It's very, very simple. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and post them down bottom there. And if you want to hear more about apps and how to do it, I'm going to create a whole thing where, we can do Google Hangouts where people can, come on and they can ask questions and stuff like that. And of course, this is just a one-way communication, well, two-way, one-way video and one-way back, but still. Yeah, you guys have been awesome. If you have any questions about apps, it's just, go ahead and ask. If you ever wanted to start your own app business, I'm offering it right now for $2. You want to start your own app business for $2? Just go to my website. It's appmaker.us or appmkr.us. It would be fun if we get us all together, build a bunch of apps, just see what we come up with. So now that we want people in here, okay, once you build an app, what do you do with it? Well, there's a ton of stuff you can do with it. You can submit it to the Google Play Store. Google Play Store is going to cost you $25 for a lifetime developer's license. Very easy to get. Basically, you just fill out some information, give them $25, and it's like, here you go, here's your developer's license. Awesome. I don't have to pay per app to upload it. I don't have to pay for downloads. I don't have to do anything. It's just $25. If I put 1 billion apps up there, it's $25 for a lifetime. Apple, on the other hand, if you've never been into this situation. Apple, on the other hand, is a little more difficult to get into. And I say that because, well, first of all, to build apps, you only need, you can use, I was using my iPad to build the app, right here live on stream. I use my laptop most of the time. I sit on my back deck, with my umbrella table thing going on and sun shining down on me, building apps. It's just fun, I just sit there having a good time. But with the iOS or iTunes, it's $99 a year. Same thing, if you figure you're going to start a business, $99 a year is not much. You're going to pay more than that in a telephone bill, okay? But the thing of it is, you're going to be making a ton of money, so $99 a month, a year. It's not a month, it's $99 a year. When you build apps, or if you look up any statistics, anything like that, between, I can't remember the exact number, so I'm throwing the number, it's between 75 to 85% of smartphones in the world are Android devices. So you're gonna get at least 75% of the market for $25. That's it. That's all you're paying. If you want to, the only time that I will go and get an iTunes account to sell apps. Let's say if we'll go back to Al's Pizza for a minute. If I go to Al's Pizza and say, hey, Al's, I'm going to build you this app. People can be able to go onto the app. They can check out your menu. They can check out this. They can check out that. They can check out your, we can automatically, if you do tweets or anything like that, if you have a blog, if you have a YouTube channel, anything like that, we can populate your app with it, and it'll automatically populate it every time you post it. So you don't have to update the app. All you have to do is post a tweet. All you have to do is, post something to Facebook, and it automatically goes to your app, and stuff like that. I can do, all that and blah blah blah. And where the heck was I going? I was going someplace and I just lost it. Yeah, it's almost 11:30 here. But here, yeah, I get it back now. Sorry. So here, you can sell the app to them. There's two different ways. The first one I don't recommend is you can say, hey, I can build you an Android app for this amount of money. If you want an iPhone app, I can do the iPhone app, and I can charge you this much more money. A lot of people are going to be like, why would I want just one app? Why I don't understand. Why can't it go to all the phones? Why can't it go to Android and go to an Apple phone at the same time? It's just not how it works. Okay, so therefore, what you want to do is you want to say, hey, I can build you an app that will work for Android and work on iOS. They don't need to know that there's two different apps. Okay. This is one of the things that I learned that you do not want to do when building apps or creating apps or selling apps or something like that. Okay, I have an Android, I have a Google Play account. It cost me $25, like I had mentioned a billion times already. Okay, if I build Al's Pizza, an app, okay, I am charging them $25 for a Google Play account. I'm going to create them their own Google Play account and upload it to their account, okay? And I'm going to also charge them $50 to create the account for them. Now, you may be thinking, well, why don't you just save yourself money and save everybody money and put it all on your app? Google is funky, okay? Google owns the Google Play Store, of course, and Google owns most of your Android devices. Now, sorry, I'm in my garage and just my dog is out and I just want to check. Okay, so, and it's happened to me. I've done marketing online for a long time. I've had Google, I get paid from Google ads all the time. Okay, I have websites that out there, they're getting thousands of hits a day. And, you know, I get money deposited in my account every day. Not every day, every month. So that's with Google AdSense. I need to make sure I get this right. I'm a little tired. So there's Google AdWords, Google AdSense. One of them is you pay to have your ads put out there. And then there's one that you use, the Google AdWords, is you pay to put ads out on Google. AdSense is they pay you to put ads on your website. Okay, so AdSense I get paid from. Google AdWords, this is back when I first started, and I promoted something. I think it was a multi-level marketing thing, and you know, I just didn't know, so I just posted it. Next thing I know, Google like shut down my account. Been suspended. Please never, ever, 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 ever try to sign up for an account again. Ever. So I'm banned for life from Google Ads because I wrote an ad wrong. And so that being said, the reason why I create Google Play Store accounts for each of my customers, okay? If I put everybody on my account, okay, and we have what's called push notifications, and if they abuse their push notifications, basically they're pushing out notifications to all their, to their app every hour, Google's going to go, no, we're not going to do this. Let's just, your account suspended. Done. I need to stop pounding a second. I can have a couple of hours. But, they own the world, so basically, hey, it's Google. Whatever we say, that's what goes on. So, if you have all your customers' apps on your Google Play Store, okay, and your Google Play Store gets shut down, all their apps are gone. Absolutely no good. Nothing. It's just gone. And who do you think all these customers are going to go after? Google? No. They're coming after you. So, to save your own butt, that's just my word of advice right there. I'll give that to you for free. If you create apps, create accounts for each of your apps. Create an account, charge them, what it costs, $25 for the Google store. Charge them the $99 a year that they, or, set them up with the iOS or the iTunes. And they have to pay the $99 a year. But that's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of heartache. If you have 100 customers and they're all down, you can have 100 people knocking on your door looking for money. I'm not a lawyer, but that's how that works. A little word of advice. So, let's talk about apps, building apps again. Apps are fun. With the system that I have, AppMaker, or appmkr.us, there's an acronym. Like I said, it's late here, so I'm just my server. They are stored there forever. You can download them, but if you download it and you lose it, you can go right back on there, and it's saved right on the server, so it doesn't get deleted. It's a repository. So it's an app making kit and repository. I have to coming up with words that you just like, what the heck is that? Where do we .store and anything you want? It's out there now. But if I have people find you is the hard part. So that's where, I've been working on, I've owned my web hosting company for 11 years now. And that was the hardest part of creating any website, is to come up with a name. Just a funny story. It's a little comical, little embarrassing at the same time. Before registering a domain, make sure you Google that domain. I was creating a website I'm sorry. The connection, the video will be back in a moment. I'm on my garage and it's really crappy out here. So every time I move or do something, I lose my video. I tried doing an extender. I messed that up. I gotta work on that again. But the video will be back momentarily. I got a couple bars that's showing up on my screen here. But like, let me get back to the domain name really quick. If you go find a domain name, make sure you Google the domain name that you're looking to purchase before you purchase it. I bought this domain name, okay? I built a whole business around this domain name, created the website. I just everything, just blasted it and created graphics and then promoted it until one day somebody told me to Google the name of the website. So I did. The very first thing that came up was Urban Dictionary. And if your domain name is in the Urban Dictionary, and if it doesn't relate to what the name is, yeah, that whole project was scrapped immediately. Hey, here we go. Name, and like I said, the hardest part is finding a domain name. I wanted something that was like really quick and simple, like app MKR. I didn't want this long thing you had to remember. It was Blumpo. It's like, oh yeah, Blumpo. That sounds Blumpo. Blumpo. That sounds awesome. It just rolls off your tongue. You know what I mean? It'll stick in your head. Blumpo. Google Blumpo. Okay. And those who don't have can't Google it right now. And this was like 10 years ago I made this website, and it's stuck in my head. I know exactly what the word Blumpo stands for now. Okay. For the young people or anybody under the age of 18, I apologize. I'll say this in the nicest way. The business that I made, it was an auction website like eBay. But the word Blumpo in the Urban Dictionary, and a lot of people out there are already laughing because they know what it means. The word Blumpo stands for, in the Urban Dictionary, to receive oral pleasure while defecating. So, as you can see, that project got scrapped, right? It was gone. How can you have a website with that definition? So yeah, live and learn. So every time I come up with something, I check out the Urban Dictionary and make sure my domain name's not in there. So we'll get back to, we're getting more people in here. Let's get back to some app stuff. And again, I am in Maine. It is 11:35 here right now, p.m. It's getting pretty late, but that's okay. I'm having a good time. You guys are awesome. What you have done, if you created a complete business around a name, you spent hours and then you created something in days, and then you find that out and you're like, no. So yeah, it's always worth checking out. So yeah, building apps through my system. It's appmkr.us. You get everything you need. You can start right now. I have a special. It's going to run through the night, and I'll discontinue it tomorrow. But it's $2 to start. $2 for 1 month. 1 month of service. You can build an app in 1 month. You can build, I don't know, you can build an app a week if you want. You can download all the files. There's nothing proprietary to my system. So you don't have to, after the month, if you don't want it, you cancel it. Keep the app. Do whatever you want with it. Don't matter to me. If you want to continue to keep the service and to create more apps, is $10. $10 a month to build apps. Anything you want, you can build it. $10 a month. Fees will never go up. Well, if you get it now, your fee will never go up. Maybe later on down the road, I might go up on my price. I don't know. I mean, I think $10 is more than fair to build an app. But like I said, if you want to try it for $2, just go to the website appmkr.us. Click on pricing, and it's right there. It's through PayPal, so and it's automatically billing through PayPal. So if you don't want to do it later on down the road, just go and cancel it. That's fine. But yeah, you can, for $2 you can build an app for your business, for another business, for anything that you want to build, and just download the file and it's yours. So you're not losing out on anything there. But the thing of it is, I mean, for $10 a month to create, where else can you create a business for $10 a month? You can't. Okay, if you have a business, your cell phone. Okay, if you had a cell phone for business, or you had business cards, or you bought, if you had a phone line. I have a Vonage phone line for my hosting company. That's with taxes, it's $20 a month. And the only thing that's good for is to make phone calls and to receive telephone. So basically, I'm paying $20 a month to receive telemarketing calls. That's what it's called. What it's used for. But for $10 a month, you're creating your own business. We keep getting people in here and out of here. I want to just touch base on a bunch of the stuff that I've gone over already. But the easiest way to create an app, is right through here. And my example, and it works. I mean, I'm not going to say the whole spiel again, so everybody who's heard it already. I have a 10-year-old son who has built his own app. He spent, after school, he spent a couple hours on here and there. He made a video game through my system, which you can use the same system. You can create your own video games. And it's called Angry Crap. And we uploaded it to the Google Play Store. So my 10-year-old son has an app on the Google Play Store. I find that's I'm pretty proud of him. I have a couple on there myself, but I'm pretty proud. My 10-year-old has an app on Google Play Store. How many people can say that? How many people on here right now? There's currently 62 people that are listening to this stream. Out of you 62 people, how many of you have an app on the Google Play Store? I would have to say, if at all any of you, I would have to say maybe 3 or 4 of you. And the reason is because you don't, you never, everybody thinks like, oh, that's an app. I can't create an app. Yes, you can. Go to my site. Look at the tutorials. There's 30 videos on there right now. You can go and you can watch, 30 videos, and they're all only a couple of minutes a piece, and it shows you 30 different things that you can do with my system. It's easy. It's simple. My 10-year-old built an app. Okay, he built an app, and we use to put ads. It's free on the Google Play Store. To put ads on there, we just use AdMob. We just sign up for an AdMob account. I have mine because I have ads on all my apps, and so I just segmented his app on the advertising, so it tells me exactly how much his app is making. And for a 10-year-old to go to school and come home and make money, he's excited. The first day, like I said, he's made 7 cents. He came home, hey, bud, you made 7 cents today. 7 cents to a 10-year-old is like gold, you know what I mean? But I downloaded the app, he downloaded the app, and his brother downloaded the app. So there's only 3 people that was using the app at the time, but he still made 7 cents off just 3 playing. You know, if you get 10,000 people download that app, you know, how much money are you going to make? You know, there's 10-year-olds, 10, 12, 13, 14-year-olds that are making millions of dollars. You can Google it, you know, YouTube it. Making millions of dollars buying Ferraris and buying whatever they want at 14 years old because of an app they made. Now, you may think, well, what kind of app can I make? I mean, how do I know what kind of app I want to make? That's simple. One of the biggest things is, you know, if I see something or if I'm interested in something, I'm going to go to the. I have an Android device, and this is broadcasting right now on an iPhone. I go to the store, and I search for it, and a lot of the times it's quite amazing. I go to look at the store, and I can't find what I'm looking for. It's not in there. It's not offered. For one, that's one app right there you can make. You can do it. You can make an app. You can give away free apps. You know, people. How do you make money with free apps? It's, you know, ads on the bottom. You know, on the top, interstitial ads. An interstitial ad, basically, and everybody's seen them. You play a video game, you know, that you downloaded for free, and halfway through the game or halfway through a video, an ad pops up that takes over the whole screen. That's an interstitial ad. So, you know, they have to either press the ad or press the X at the top. And, you know, I wouldn't inundate the apps with that because people will go and say, oh, there's too many ads on here, so I'm going to delete it. But, so there's that way. There's another way is you can go and you can sell apps. You can go to your local restaurant, hairdressers, you know, anybody, and you can offer to create them apps. You know, let's say if you go, we're going to use Al's Pizza. Al's Pizza is down the road here. I buy pizza all the time. Go down to Al's Pizza. Hey, Al, you know, I'm going to create you this app. It's going to have your menu on there. It's going to have your Facebook feed on there. It's going to have your Twitter feed on there. It's going to have, if you have a blog, and put that on there. You know, anything you want to put on there, we're going to put on there for you. You know, it's going to cost you $1,200, you know, to get, you know, you'll be able to, you'll have your own app. You know, $1,200 is not really that much money. Because if you went and you found a company to create your app for you, it's going to cost you minimum of $25,000. Most of them that I've seen is I've seen them up to $500,000 to create an app for somebody. So $1,200 is chump change. Okay, so you're going to create an app for them, but you're also going to make it. You're also going to not only charge them the $1,200 to create that app, you're going to charge them $30, $40, $50 a month to maintain that app, to keep it up to date, to do, you know, any add-ons you want to do. You can do push notifications that you can charge for. Hey, you want push notifications? I'm going to charge you $30 a month, and you can do push notifications. And basically, a push notification, it's all white label, so you can give them a username and password, and they can log in. They can do it's like, I don't know, I think 160 character or whatever, however it is. And, you know, a quick write-up, hit send, and let's say if they have 500 customers, all 500 of the customers, their phone's going to go ding, and they're going to get their ad or whatever they want on it. So they can push, you know, anytime they want to push an ad, they don't have to find 500 customers to push it to. They already have the 500 people. So they can go and they can push those ads to those people all they want. So you can check, and it's not going to cost you a penny more. It doesn't, you know, it's nothing you have to do. You just give them access to that one section, and they do it. You don't have to monitor it. You don't have to do anything. but they're going to pay you 30, 40, 50 bucks a month to do that. And that's awesome. So that's another way that you can create apps and you can create money and an income, a residual. You know, the thing of it is, you don't want to just create an app and sell it. Here you go. You know, I just spent all that time. Here's $1,200. Thank you. And a week later, that $1,200 is gone. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to be able to take that $1,200 and then turn into a residual monthly income on that app. So now, you know, you're charging $50 a month for you know, updates and maintenance fees and stuff like that, and to make sure the app is running smoothly. You don't have to tell them that, you know, it's going to run smoothly. You know, you just tell them, hey, there's a maintenance fee. You know, you don't buy a car and expect it to last forever. You can tell them a maintenance fee. You know, it's just so that's another way you can do it. Another way you can do it, let's say Al's Pizza takes that, you know, buys that app, you create that app for Al's Pizza, you go to the next one over, and in this particular, I'm just going to use these names because they're local ones, Angelo's Pizzeria. Okay, now what you do, hey, go to Angelo's Pizzeria. That app you just sold, Al's Pizza, just put Angelo's Pizzeria logo on it in their menu. Sorry, I'm just sitting here playing with a pipe cleaner. And so now that same app, you can sell over and over and over and over again and create a residual income off in each one of these apps. Another way that you can do it, there are 2 current websites that I know of that you can flip an app. Okay, and what that is one of them is called Flippa. Flippa. They started off where you can buy and sell domain names, and you know, people, they do that. They buy a domain name and they put it on there. You know, hey, Bob's Groceries, and I'm going to buy that and I'm going to hold on to it until somebody who owns Bob's Grocery wants to buy it. So I'll put it on Flippa and then I'll just turn it and sell it. So basically, they buy the domain name for $8-10, turn around and sell it for $15,000 on Flippa. People do it all the time. That's why you can't find a domain name, because that's what people do, is they go buy up all these domain names, and then they turn around and they try to sell it. On one of the websites that we're creating right now, and I'll get to that in a minute, one of the domain names that we tried to purchase, they were asking $4,000 for. So we put in an offer for, you know, hey, they paid, what, $8.95 for a domain name? It depends on where they got it from. I mean, they can get it from GoDaddy for 99 cents. You turn 99 cents and you put a $4,000 price tag on it. And people are bidding on it. We bid $2,000 on it. And they said no. So now they get in their heads, oh, this is a good name. They bump it up. So they actually bumped it up higher than what they were going for in the first place. So we didn't buy that domain name. But, you know, that's what flipping is. So let's say if you build an app, okay, a simple app, a video game app, or anything like that, you can go to the Flippa, put it on there, and apps are selling, I think the minimum was like $500. People are bidding on this stuff, you know, the stuff that you've created, and you put it on there, and, you know, people want to get into the app business, but they don't have no idea how to get into it, how to do it, or anything like that. So, I was just thinking, I was reading the comment down below them about the Blumpo and the whole thing like that. It's like, oh great, now that's going to be on my Twitter feed. But anyways, so yeah, you just go and you can sell it, and you can put it on in auction it on Flippa, and you know, I've seen, you can go there right now. They're selling for thousands and thousands of dollars, and these people are just using systems like mine just to create them and put them on there. So you can flip them like that. There's another one out there. It's called Apptopia, Apptopia. Apptopia. It's the same thing that you can buy and sell apps. Just basically you buy it and you can upload it to Google, put your own ads on it. There's a lot of them on there that you have to know coding to put your own ads in there and stuff like that. So, But I mean, that you can do that with my system here. Hang on. Another buddy and I are creating an auction website so you can buy and sell apps as well. And so that's coming out. I don't know when. We're working on that right now. So that's the new thing. I mean, apps have been around for a while, but nobody's. I mean, the only people getting into it are people who's gone to college and people who's know coding how to do it are getting into it. That's where AppMKR or AppMaker or however you want to say my name, appmkr.us is the website. You can create apps easily. And let's see if I can. I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it up again. There's some new people in here. And hopefully I don't lose my signal. Alright. I'll turn this thing around. Okay, so this is the website. Well, this is the app builder. If you go to appmkr.us, there's going to be a button that says app builder. If you go into the app builder, you can click on it right now, and down at the bottom it'll say that you can sign up for free, which is absolutely true. You can go down there and you can sign up for free right now. You can create any app you want. The only thing you won't be able to do is you won't be able to publish it. You won't be able to download it. You won't be able to use it. Okay? But if you want, you can try it out and do that. And then once you want to go in there and you do that and you say, hey, yeah, I want to do it, and then you come back over to my website and you just pay the $10 a month and I'll activate it. Or if you want to do it right now, I mean, like I said, I'm charging, it's $2 for the first month, and it's going to be active for the rest of tonight, and I'll take the $2 off tomorrow. But so if you want to start your own app business for $2 for the first month, go for it. It's right there. So I'm going to go in. These are just some of the apps that I've created so far. In this account, this is just my my fun play account that I try different things with. I'm going to go into. I'm creating one here. It's main restaurants, and I've gone into this before, but this one here, it's basically. It depends on what town you are in. I'm in Skowhegan, in the Skowhegan area. So that's why I started this. I don't know if it's going to work on here, if I'm going to have to show you on my phone. And click on Skowhegan. Yeah, no. It's just going to show you that. Where's my phone? I'll move that for a minute. I know I have such an awesome setup here in my garage. Okay, so here it is on my phone. This is there we go. And I'm just playing around with this, but currently, as you can see, I have different towns in here. I'm in the Skowhegan area, so I'm going to bring up Skowhegan. I'm driving through Skowhegan. So, I want to eat out, I want to eat in Skowhegan. So it brings up the map. I put all these things in here. So, here's all the restaurants in, a section of Skowhegan. Okay. So the way that this is going to work, this is free. Let's see if I can do this without wiggling and make you guys all sick. So here we go. I've been talking about Al's Pizza. Al's Pizza is right here. And as you can see, it says Al's Pizza, and it gives you their phone number. So I put that in there. I put their phone number. You don't have to put their phone number, but you can actually charge if you want to. Hey, I'll put your phone number in there, $10 a month. Anything you want to do. But the way that I look at it, a lot of people are going to download this app, and if they're going to use it. They don't want to just see Al's Pizza. Hey, there's Al's Pizza. So, and then their phone number. I mean, you can go to Google and do the same thing, but this is what this does here. So we go to Al's Pizza and it's like, oh, what's this over here? It's like, oh, Southside Tavern, New Garden. There's a Chinese. I eat there all the time. Here's one. It's Angelo's Pizzeria. So, and I'll come back to that in a minute. So here's all the restaurants, okay, and I put them all on there for free. You know, I don't charge anybody to put their restaurant on here. You can, but it would just take you longer to get everybody on there. And, you know, the more you have on here, the more people are going to download it. So this is how you make your money with this app, okay? So you put them all on there, okay? And then you go to each one of these restaurants. I don't know. I didn't even put McDonald's on here. But this is how you're making money with this app, okay? So you put all these restaurants on here. So people who download this are downloading this for a reason. They're going to like, oh, I'm going to see if there's anybody in the area that has a coupon. Everybody likes coupons, right? So I'm going to scroll in. I'm going to see who has coupons. Okay, Southside Tavern, there's their phone number, there's no coupon. New Garden doesn't have a coupon. Old Mill Pub, you know, M-Thai Restaurant, you know, you just go here, it's like, oh, there's no, you know, they don't have a coupon. So what you do is you go to these restaurants and say, hey, look, you know, here's your restaurant right here, and here's all the other people's restaurants. Do you know how to get all these people looking for food to go to your restaurant? Give them a coupon. Give them 10% off for using this app and finding you, okay? So here's Ken's Family Restaurant. And as you can see, there's no phone number there. It says click here to get 10% off now. So what they do is they search and they, oh, there's a coupon. It automatically brings up a coupon. Oh, so now what they do, there's different ways you can do, I mean, I can get into this later on, but now you sell Ken's Family Restaurant for $30 a month to put this coupon on there. So everybody who drives through town that's looking for food and finds this coupon, they're going to go to Ken's because, hey, 10% off, I'm going to Ken's. Okay, so that's one way. You can $30 a month. You can charge Ken's to just to have that coupon. That's it, and you don't have to do anything except for put the coupon in there, and that's it. So that's one way to make money. Okay, that's $30 a month. Now, if you did that to every restaurant, let's say even $10, you know, 10 restaurants, okay, in this area, that's $300 a month. Okay, now if I did the whole state of Maine, I had 1,000 people, 1,000 restaurants paying me $10 a month, or $30 a month, or whatever it was. You know, that's $30,000 or whatever. The math is not really, it's midnight now, so I'm just like throwing the numbers out there. Okay, so that's one way. That's another way to get this. That's $30. Okay, so. And I'm just going to say this here. There's a restaurant over here. It's not here. I didn't put it in yet. It's called West Front Street Market. That's where I like to eat pizza too. Okay, so there's pizza here, and this one here is Angelo's Pizzeria. Okay, so within a half a mile, you have 3 pizza places. If you're going someplace and you're hungry, okay, and you say, hey, I want pizza. Where am I going to get pizza today? Okay, and there's 3 options within a half a mile area. I mean, where are you going to go? I mean, you're going to go, it depends on, it's going to depend on different things. Let's say you like the pizza at all 3 places. What's going to draw you to each one of those places? Okay, A would be a coupon that you can do that. Okay, let's say if you have this app and then you, you know, you don't bring it up. You forget about the app, okay? And you're in the area and you're looking for food and you forget about the app. So, now how are the people going to get there? That's what's called, that's when we start doing geotagging or geofencing. Okay. We go to Al's Pizza. We sell Al's Pizza a geofence. Basically a geofence is we go into the system, we put a circle, which is 150 meters, 150 meters, which is I think is about 500 feet around their building. So anybody who drives within, actually, you know, 200 feet each way, within 200 feet, they don't have to have the app going, will automatically have a notification pushed to their phone. They don't have to do anything. Nobody has to do anything except for drive into that circle. and that will automatically push any message that you want to that user's phone. Automatically. Every single time they drive by that restaurant. Okay, so let's say you tell them, hey, I can do a geofence around your building for $99 a month. Okay, so everybody that drives by your building that has this app, and you push the app hard, you boast it, you go to your newspaper and you say, hey, look, this is the app I want, and a lot of times when you have an idea like this, media will jump all over it. The newspaper will write a whole story about it. So now you have, for $99 a month, you have a fence around this guy, okay? And that's just 150 meter, or 500 feet, or 200 feet each way, or 250 feet each way. You can charge them $149 to make the circle bigger, okay? So it comes up over here. You can charge them, $200 to make it this big, so it covers these people as well. So anybody that drives in within a half a mile, you can do it up to a mile if you want. So anybody that drives within 1 mile of this business will get that ad automatically every single time. But they would have to drive out of the circle. I mean, they're not going to get it. Let's say if they're over here, they're not going to go over there and come back over here and keep getting it. They have to come into the circle to get it. So let's go back to the $99 one. So you may think, who's going to pay $99 to have a circle around their business when, you know what I mean, and they're driving by there anyway? I'll tell you who. This guy. And I'll tell you a reason why. Okay? Let's say if only half the people who drive by here have the app, okay? That's like having one of his employees out by the road there, knocking on the window of every other car, saying, hey, I have a special inside, come in. Okay, if you can drive by there, hey, there's Al's Pizza. Or you can drive by and get a bing, oh, look, I get a thing on my phone saying I get a coupon. And he's paying $99 a month. You can't get advertising on the radio for $99 a month. Not automatically. I mean, say if you put an ad on the radio, even if it does cost you $99 a month, okay? Hypothetically, $99 a month, put an ad on the radio. Everybody who drives by there would have to, A, have their radio on, B, have the radio tuned into the station that has the ad on it, C, we're doing letters, right? C, they would have to be listening to the radio with it on and have that ad play exactly as that customer is driving by that building. What are the chances? Or you can have a geofence for $99 a month, and every time they drive by your building, they're going to get your ad. Doesn't matter if they have their ad, if they have their software popped up or not, or their app. It'll automatically just put every single time. Okay, so for $99, okay, let's say if you go, Al's Pizza says, yeah, I'll take that for $99. You sell it to them. It depends on how you want to do it. If you want to play ethically, if you can play dirty, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter to me. It's however you want to play and get your money. Okay, so you have Al's Pizza over here. Over here you have Angelo's Pizzeria. Okay, you can go to Angelo's Pizzeria and say, hey, would you like a geofence around your building for $99 a month? And Angelo's Pizzeria is like, no. You're like, well, Al's has it. No, I don't care. I don't want it. Okay, no problem. Let's drive back down to Al's. Hey, Al's, Angelo's Pizzeria does not want a geofence for their business around their business. Do you want it for $149 a month? Well, what's that entitle, he says. Now we're doing playing. What does that entitle? Same thing that you got around yours. I am going to put a circle around his business with your advertising on it for $149 a month. So everybody who drives into Angelo's Pizzeria to buy a pizza will get your coupon or get your sale ad or get anything that you want to push to their customers. $149 a month? Let's do it. Right? So there's more money. This is where the big money comes in now. You drive up here. That's an awesome place. If you're in the area, it's Snack Shack. It's a good place to eat. Right about here, okay? Right in this area, there is a drive-in. It's open during the summer. Some of you might be knowing where I'm going with this. There's a drive-in, okay? In Maine, that's where I'm at, there's only about 3 or 4 drive-ins. So people come from miles and miles around to go to the drive-in. Well, when you go to the drive-in and drive those miles, what do? You get hungry, right? Now we go down to Al's. Hey, Al's, the drive-in is playing this movie this weekend. How would you like to have your ad pushed to every one of those drive-in customers who have the app when they come up here this weekend? I'm having a special this weekend. It's only $249 for the weekend to push all those drive-in people to your business. Nobody else can have that geofence. $249. Let's do it. Up here, right, let me get over here. Yeah, you can see it right there. I don't know if you can see if I can hold it there. As you can read that. Oh, Skowhegan State Fair. You know how many people go to that fair every year? Okay. Once you get this going, you can create a website and people can go and bid actually on this stuff. Now, how many of these businesses, okay, you have all these companies. I go here, okay. I live, let me go back to it. You see all these places here? It's like, well, how do you know where they are? You press this little button. That's me. That's where I am right now. And that's where that is. So it's very easy to find it. Okay. But let's go back. Okay. I drive from there. Skowhegan State Fair is right here. And you get to drive down this road. And right over here is Walmart. And Walmart and a supermarket. So during the fair, for me to drive from my house, it's usually a 6-minute ride from my house to Walmart. During the fair, it's like a 45-minute ride because there's so many people going to that fair. What do you think you can charge people to put a geofence around the fair? Any one of these businesses. I mean, not just restaurants. You got hairstylists around there. You got car dealers. You got, anything. How much do you think you can charge to have a geofence? And you can sell it for the day. You can sell it for the week. Anything you want to do. Now, I appreciate everybody in here. There's been 425 people that came in here. There's 82 people here right now. You guys are awesome. So that's just talking about building apps. If you want to build apps, I'm just excited. I mean, my 10-year-old built an app. He's got it on the Google Play Store. He's making money with it. He's having an awesome time. Okay. I'm gonna be getting going here because it's a little after midnight and getting a little tired. I got to get up in the morning. The kids actually have school for 1 more week up here. So once they are out of school, they're gonna have more time to build apps. And surprisingly, I started this. I've been playing with Meerkat a little bit here and there. I have another account. Believe it or not, I do comedy on it, but I was I was out here earlier making my supper. I was cooking a steak. Some of you saw it. I was cooking a steak out here, and I was sitting in my chair right over there. It's like, oh, I'm gonna jump on here on this Twitter account, and I'm just gonna talk about apps, and it just blew up. I just got people just jumping on there. So I mean, they were just playing. It's like, oh, okay, now I get a topic. I mean, I was watching a video the other day, a meerkat. And if anybody on here wants to do meerkat, it's just find a topic that you'll like to talk about. I jumped on one. There was like 60 people watching some guy eat a sandwich. So if somebody can sit there, eat a sandwich, and get 60 people watching him, yeah. So I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna try it out. So, yeah, no, I appreciate everybody that's coming on here, everybody who's retweeted, everybody who's liked it. If you want to hear more, definitely like me on Twitter. I gotta get a Facebook account up and stuff like that. I mean, I have my website is appmkr.us. I have a support ticket system on there, so if you want to, if you don't have any questions, you can go on there and create a support ticket and send it in. And by all means, you can always when I'm doing these here, you can write in the bottom there. If you want to know exactly when I'm doing one, you can just make sure that you like me on Twitter here. And what I'm going to try to do is the next time I do it, this one here, I just I feel like going out in the garage and doing a meerkat broadcast, so that's what I did, and that's how this one worked out. But I'm going to be doing some with, I'm going to set up a time, and so you'll be notified, an hour ahead or whatever, and that way you can register if you want and stuff like that. But yeah, so if nobody has any questions for me or anything or about making apps or something you want me to talk about, I'm probably going to be heading inside here in a minute. So yeah, what I'll do is everybody who has followed me on Twitter, I will check my Twitter account when I get onto my laptop, and so everybody who's followed me, I'll follow you as well. Where's everybody from? Let's see, it's midnight here, so California, it would be 9:15. I have a friend of mine. He's over in the Philippines, and he's 12 hours ahead of me. So he's 12:15 a.m. 12:15 p.m. I told him he's from the future because he's actually tomorrow. He's from tomorrow. I have some friends down in Australia that I work with. I think they're like 16 hours ahead of me. So yeah, so it's probably like 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. So yeah, I know people all over the world. I talk to people, talk to millionaires on the phone. I actually ran into a celebrity. I went to Walmart today. There was somebody, I don't know if anybody heard the show Downey's Dickering. If you've ever heard of it, I don't know. But one of the guys, his name was Bruce. He's a pretty cool guy. I ran into him at Walmart. Shook his hand. He gave me his business card. Let's see. Who else do I know? I don't know if anybody knows Hillbilly Weatherman. He's quite the YouTube sensation now. He started back in February. He's got about 136,000 followers on Facebook now. If you do know that, if you've ever watched the Hillbilly Weatherman, I'm T-Bone. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, T-Bone. I actually created his website. That's hillbilly-weatherman.com. So he does a bunch of videos. I do all the back end stuff, do all the t-shirt orders and stuff like that, which was pretty cool because we created this. He started the videos, and I contacted him. We created the website. We came up with the t-shirt ideas and stuff like that. And in 3 days, we did $17,000 in t-shirts. So, yeah, I do my homework. You know, I created some software that, you know, it's called Text Extreme Pro. It's a WordPress plugin that goes through Twilio, and basically you can text, you know, a bunch of people at once. Yep, did that, and that was a 2-day sale. It was another, I don't know, like $11,000. It cost me $400 to build the software and turn around and sell it for $11,000. I still sell it today. So yeah, I mean, ideas are always there. You just have to run with it. I mean, everybody has an idea. Everybody wants to do something. Everybody wants to make something, you know, better of themselves. The only thing you can do is do it. Just do it. You know, I'm giving you an opportunity here, for $2 to do it. You know, even if you don't have a PayPal account, you don't have $2 in your PayPal account. Do you have a debit card? Do you get a credit card? I mean, you can use those right on PayPal. I mean, it's not that I'm looking for your money. I mean, it's $2. So, you want to start a business, you're not going to be able to start a business anywhere else for $2. And then, just, you know, for $10 a month to keep it going. You're not going to find it. And you know, and have as much fun, you know, and be able to talk like this. We'll do some webinars, do some hangouts, do some Skyping. You know, just have a good time and make a bunch of apps and make a bunch of money. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Just having a good time. And because I know a lot of people. I mean, my wife's cousin just graduated from school today, from high school. She's a smart cookie. She's going to college. She's going to spend the next 4 years studying. I don't even remember what, but I mean, she's a very smart girl. But this is the month where a lot of people graduate from high school. And what are they going to do? If you know somebody, if you have a child, if you have a, you know, just somebody that you care for, $10 a month, you know, to you know, you're going to spend more than that on Christmas. I mean, basically, just jump out of the shell. Just jump out of the shell that you're in. And do something. If app making is not for you, don't do it. That's not going to hurt my feelings. Find something that you're going to like, and just jump on it and do it. I mean, I haven't sat down and watched TV in I don't know how long. You know, I've heard people say that all the time. It's like, well, why wouldn't you want to watch TV? I just don't have time. Actually, when I go to bed, I do watch TV, so, I mean, I'm not technically lying, but no, and I fall asleep watching TV, usually within 10 minutes I'm out. I don't go to bed until I'm tired, and I had plenty of time. Today, I took my kids out. I mean, work is not everything, my family's everything. You know, my wife is ill, so I get to take care of my wife. My children will be getting out of school. Today we put up the swimming pool, you know, so I took the children out there, and we just, you know, they're 8 and 10, we put up the swimming pool. You know, they help me mow the lawn. You know, we just have a good time, you know, so I can keep talking forever and ever and ever, So I wonder if I keep talking, how long it would take to everybody disappear. I hope you guys have enjoyed, what I've been talking about here. It is about making apps, apps for cell phones and stuff like that, and that you can make a sustainable income on it, and you can make a lot of money because apps are not going to go away. Okay, I bet you at least 80% of you that are on here right now use your cell phone more than you use a computer to do anything, to look up phone numbers. I haven't touched a phone book now in 10 years. I wouldn't buy advertising in a phone book. I wouldn't buy advertising in a newspaper. That's just me. I haven't. Okay, I do buy I buy 2 newspapers on Sunday, and that's for my wife so she can have coupons to cut out. That's it. I don't buy newspapers. If I wanted the news, I'll just go on the internet. I use my phone. I use my iPad. I use the apps that people have made to do it, to make it easy for me to do. If I'm looking for a place to eat, or if I'm looking for a place to go, if I'm looking for something to buy, I'm looking for it on my phone. I'm not watching commercials. I'm not looking at ads in the newspaper. I'm not looking for, I'm not looking at, I'm looking on my phone. I know what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm going for. So, and I bet you every one of you is probably saying the same thing. That when I look for something, I'm going to go, I look on my phone. You may look on the computer, but if you're out at Walmart, I use Walmart because that's the only thing around here. If you're at Walmart and you want to know if they have something, you can't find it, you're going to go on your phone, you're going to find it, right? It's the same thing, it's an app. You'll find an app. I have one of these guys here. It's a Parrot AR drone quadcopter. No remote. It does not come with a remote control. You know how you fly this thing? With a phone app. That's all. That's how you use this. It doesn't come with a remote control. I use my phone, the one that I'm streaming with right now. That is what I use to fly that and to record videos with it. I use my phone to. I have a GoPro. To stream my GoPro, I use my phone. It's an app. Everything is going to be going to an app. So if you can get on the app right now, get on the app business, just start today and start creating. You don't have to be creative. Everything's there. Everything's drag and drop. There's over 300 modules that you can just drag and drop right into your app. And that's it. Go watch the videos. Go to the website, appmkr, or appmaker, or however you want to remember it, .us. Go on there. I have 30 videos on different modules. You can check it out. Right on the front page at the bottom, it pretty much basically is a short video taking you step by step, bringing you into how to create an app. And it's just simple. It's $10 a month. It's $2 to start. You don't like it? Just stop it. No big deal. Keep your app. Do whatever you want. You can create apps. Keep getting people in here and out of here. So I can go with everything over and over and over again. But if you want to know more, if you want to talk more, if you want to hear more or learn how to make apps, or anything like that, make sure that you follow me on Twitter. I don't have any other accounts for this right now. Actually, I do. I have a Facebook account. Let's see. You'd think I'd be on top of this. if you go to Twitter and, come on, not Twitter, sorry, Facebook. If you go to Facebook and you type in, if you search for app MKR, then you're going to find it as the Facebook page. You can go on there, you can like that. I have a video on there. I have my son's game that's on there. You can look at it. There's actually a link to his game if you want to check it out. You know, he's 10 years old. He's pretty proud of it. But yeah, go and like me on Facebook as well. Awesome. Alright, guys and girls, I really appreciate everybody who's come in here. I appreciate everybody who's retweeted and have liked this. I like to see you guys come back in here. And a little more interaction with, you know, questions and anything like that. I'm just going to, if anybody has any questions, throw them down there. Or if not, then I'm going to head to bed. It's 12:30 in the morning. And I got to get up at 5:30 to get the kids off the bus. So I got to get up in 4 hours. Awesome. No, 5 hours. See, I can't even do math right now. Does anybody have any questions? Throw them down there, and I'll see if I can answer them real quick. I must have been doing an awesome job because nobody has any questions at the moment. Alright, guys, so I'll be out of here, and I will be back on. I will do another one tomorrow. I might even sit down at my laptop with a better signal so I don't keep losing it. But I'll sit right at I can sit at my laptop and just, you can watch me build an app. You know, if you want to know when that's going to happen, just go ahead and like me now. Press one of those buttons. Press them all. Press every one of those buttons down there. It'd be cool. No, I really appreciate everybody coming in here tonight, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening, a prosperous day. Make sure tomorrow, it depends on what time it is, wherever you are. Have a good day, have a good night, and we'll see you on the next stream. Thanks again.